Hello, beautiful people across the planet. I wanted to come on and just do some sharing of what's coming up in the collectives. I'm going to say the multiverse and beyond today. So I hope everyone can hear me. I wanted to be able to jump on today because I felt like it was really important with all of the activations and the solar activities. There are so much activity within the multiverse, and then there's so much activity within the universe right now. Um, it's almost, I call it like okay, so the way that it'll look like a vortex. It looks like a massive vortex. I always say, the way that I see it, it's almost like it is like an explosion, is how I see it within the universal system. That's how I see it. Almost like a massive vortex, and how it's going to alter all time and space and all spaces and time. So it's a massive, it has to do with what we're here for. So I wanted to share that. Hold on. Hold on one second. All right. So just kind of explaining the way that we see it, right? There's so many here, and I'm going to say, like I always say, galactic human intelligence, galactic galactic human intelligence, and it is galactic human intelligence creation. So I call it the galactic human intelligence, uh, the the creation, the creation of what we created for the conscious awakening and the shift of the planet, the conscious awakening of the humans and the galactic humans, which are already star beings, and we already are them on an experience here on this planet. And it is the Earth experience, the experience on Gaia, this beautiful experience. Gasantina Devotionti. So it is a creation. Now, as I'm seeing it, it's a vortex within the universe, and it's an altering. It's a altering. So it really is almost like a ripple. Um, it will look like a vortex and an explosion that will affect, and it really is the cause and effect of all time and space, all space and time. Those of you that, like I said, the galactic humans that have created the creation of the experience of recorrecting a timeline. Yes, recorrecting a timeline. Those of you that are indigo races, those of you that are galactic guardians, planetary guardians, those of you that are commanders and high commanders, those of you that have consciously chosen and you have co-created your awakening, you have created and you have created and designed your blueprint, your agreement as far as what you wanted to, create through the consciousness of your physical body, of the Gaia body, and and this is what is coming through, and how we're able to see it as the activity. It really has to do with the ones that are here in star seeds. Of course, the conscious creation of what I created on my experience is that we are already them, and that's it. that we already there's no there's no difference between only like a generation or chosen ones at all. I feel like all species here are originated here in our planet. And then also within the multiverse and beyond that, way, way beyond um, of what we could even, yeah, of what the levels of consciousness we could probably even access right now for words. So it's like I always say, there's no words of expression, no words, no words of expression at all for the the light and the transmission of the download that I'm receiving right now. So there is no words of expression. That it is how we're able to see it in geometric patterns and geometric light. A lot of you guys could be experiencing not being able to speak right now too, and not being able to communicate anymore. And that can happen as you become, I call it as you become the star. You become the star, you become the light itself. All right, so this is what I'm seeing is a vortex. It really is affecting, um, it really is going to affect the physical body. It is massive. We have lots of activations, lots of downloads, lots of solar flares, lots of shifting. Um, lots of shifting through different new earth experiences, galactic experiences, realities, parallel realities, really choosing. So it right now it is what how much light have you integrated into the physical body. Now that could just be, like I said, just a program running. That's just a program running or belief. That's just another template you can wipe. You really don't have to access that at all. It's really about being present and just allowing, just to be able to access how you're able to see and to view through the collectives. How much are you able to access right now? So if you follow me, we're going to end up somewhere by the time I jump off this live. So just open up your heart and start expanding. Now, ones that have co-created, assisting and recorrecting a timeline. This would be your acceleration, where your body, your physical body, and your agreement, your co-creation, your creation right now. You should feel as if that you are getting something done that is really big, and you'll be feeling that. Those of you that are galactic guardians that are fully awakened, or galactic commanders or high commanders that are fully awakened and know their agreements, their contracts here, then you actually would know exactly what you're supposed to do and locations you're supposed to be located and where you're supposed to be stationed at. You would know where you're stationed at. You would know exactly where you're supposed to be and how you're going to recorrect the timeline as a traveler here on this planet, how you're able to come in. You would know exactly what you are doing, what you're looking at, what you're seeing, and how exactly you're going to recorrect the timeline and how you're able to access. Now, how you're able to access it and how you are able to access it is through your system, your Merkaba system. You should be able to access exactly what is happening right now within this universal system and this universal structure. You would be able to see all the whole system, the geometrics, the blueprints, I mean everything and beyond what you could even think of right now. You would be able to know what system, what ley lines, what gate systems that you will be accessing. Where are you? You would know. You would know your station and your location, and you actually would. So those of you, those of you that are accessing this, and you would know exactly how to command. Yes, you would be doing massive, massive commanding, and you would. So you would be commanding. You will be commanding, could be for it can be for years. You could be commanding and moving around and really accessing your highest agreement or your higher self. Um, just a really beautiful experience and a beautiful creation too. So you could be up for days if you have to be, or you could be sleeping and resting, and then you could be doing it for years. You could be moving around to different locations and different locations around the planet and different locations. Those of you that know every single thing that is running on this planet, I'm going to go into why we named why we have the title today. I will go into it, and I will eventually. So you should know everything running. You would know anything, everything running. So those of you that are experiencing what you call your galactic awakening, all right, you would know those of you that are high commanders on this planet. Those of you that are high commanders on this planet. Those of you that are guardians, you would know every single thing that is running. You would know what you are working on. That is really important right now. Very important. And I will tell you why. Those of you that what we say are fully online, then you would actually know your awakening will be torture. Your galactic awakening, you will be tortured. You will. You will be tortured the whole time. I will actually have to say that. I bet you eventually I will be able to align and to be able to materialize the ones that are like me and that are fully online and that have experienced what we call the galactic awakening torture. Because we are the galactic guardians and the high commanders that truly came in, and it still is, like we say, a galactic human intelligence creation. We are the ones that created, and that is fine. Gusantina Gushanti. And we know this. Now, the reason why we're able to access and to access it even further and further and further because we actually have to see everything that's running here. So hopefully you guys will follow the torture of what we go through. And you will. So you will. You'll be tortured beyond what you can even imagine. You can also be tortured by galactic organizations and galactic groups on this planet. The ones that we are clearing and sweeping. And we are clearing them and we move them all together. And we do. We move them all together, and that is a clear sweep. And we do mean it. And we're not playing around. And that will be what you guys call the ego because there is no ego. That's another program running, another AI system that is running. That's mind control. There is so much mind control in the galactic community. It is crazy. So you will experience that. Those of you, now there's all different types of groups. Now we can create it, and we know that, right? We can create it, but your system should be able to protect you. Your Merkaba system, the full system should be able to fully protect you, no matter what. No matter what they do to you, no matter what they do to you, no matter any groups, organization, galactic groups, any type of anything running here physically on the planet. So that also could be what you call military, physical walking human military. Any type of physical groups that are here on the planet that take all this time and energy and all of their energy inside of their bodies to do anything they can to torture you. That can happen. And you could be tortured by your own what you call your own the ones that you came in here with that are offline and they're programmed. They are. They're just programmed, they're mind controlled by now. When you actually go and you see everything, when you see everything that is running, you would just know by looking, you would see every single one that's programmed and every single one that is mind controlled. Now, that's okay if you see it. It's okay if you see it. So if you do see it, then you know you're just assisting them anyways, and you would be. You are assisting them no matter what, which is pretty cool. You're assisting them. Now the clear and the sweep, when we say that that is a clear and a sweep, you're still assisting them if they're programmed. You guys can start typing. I'm having issues with Restream. This we do not get along. Restream, the Restream and I do not get along. So we're probably just going to go back to how we have to do it in a geometrics pattern, which is really funny. It's all white and codes, and we have to do it into a geometric pattern and form where we have to go to Facebook. Yes, we have to go to Facebook, download here, upload to YouTube, and then we have to go to Instagram. And we're trying to figure out how to stream on Telegram. So restream, we do not care for it. We have so much interference right now. We have been tortured we've been tortured for 13 years. And it's the we call it the torturing, but we're having fun. We can still laugh about it. Obviously, we're laughing, right? The galactic awakening and the torture of the interference that we go through, we're still moving. Then no matter what, we're still going. Nothing can stop us. So even if we're walking with a book bag because we can't even drive in this 3D physical reality anymore after the interference that we have experienced. Um, Now, once you truly become fully even more online, then at least from my experience, that's the past 5 to 7 years. It has been insane. I've been tortured for 5 years. Um, in some really dark ways. So that can happen. Now, what we're working on, the reason why I'm talking about everything that's happening right now, when we have accelerations of downloads activity, what's happening for a lot of you guys in the physical body, or you won't be able to move the physical body, that actually can happen too. It is a good time to clear, right? To clear, to heal yourself. So corruption codes and querying distortion. That's where I'm actually getting at. So I wanted to be able to express it and to share it. You guys can be experiencing that you guys are clearing, that you guys are seeing everything that is distorted and that is running right now within what you call your holographic reality or your conscious reality, anything that is external. What is external out there? As you are, like I said, when you look through your eyes, when you're looking through your eyes, you are the higher self that is looking through your eyes. And you are. And you are walking here in your physical Gaia body. I call it the Gaia body, right? This is the actual experience. The higher self is able to look and to be able to see what are we bringing up right now, and what are we doing? What are we clearing right now? What are we working on? So that's the external. That's being able to see everything. You can see everything within what they call is the 3D reality. Now, when I'm talking about the 3D reality, when I say 3D physical reality, that is a co-creation. And a co-creation of galactic human intelligence was just co-created by the galactic community. That and I don't really I'm just going to use the words in order to share in the best expression and the best expression to be able to share different ways of speaking in and geometrics and tones or dimensions for you guys. Creation, co-creation, consciousness of co-creation, and it is Gesentina de Fushantina ki Gesentina Gesenti. Co-creation, co-creation, consciousness, creation consciousness. Okay. So you can be experiencing this right now. Whereas you're able to see as the higher self, you should be able to see everything that's running in the collectives. So that would be what you call as your physical reality. You should be able to access with all the light and the downloads that's coming in right now. You you should be able to see and access everything, anything and everything that is running. Now, you can take on any agreements that you want to, and you can. Those of you that want to, you can access anything that you want to, you can. Those of you that want to take on any type of contracts, you can right now. You can do anything and everything that you want during your galactic awakening or your awakening, whatever it is that you feel like you want to access, right? So an awakening to me is just accessing light, source light, geometrics, codes, becoming the higher self or coming fully online, being able to see being able to see from prime creator view. There you go. That's it. Prime creator view, and to be able to see as God consciousness. So that's actually what is happening. That's the God self. When you start to access the God self, and that's another galactic human intelligence creation. So that's accessing the God self. So as you're able to see as God consciousness. Now that is just another co-creation, another intelligence system that is running. All right. So clearing, a lot of you guys will see in the physical body, you can't move and you won't be able to move. You have to hydrate your body. You're going to have to really start choosing your physical body and start to drink as much water as you possibly can right now. And it will be like this. Drink water as much as you can forever, okay? When you're activating your life body. High pH water, and if you can't, you can do distilled water or purified water, but really try to see if you guys can get alkaline water. A lot of you guys are going to need it. You're going to need more water and high vibrational foods. You will see what you call as dense food, and yes, you'll be running around getting chocolate and burgers and all kinds of stuff. That actually can happen too. If you see that coming in, can you just see if you can just shift and go get some oranges or fruit or something, please, because you're not going to want to put that in your body. You will see how much it's going to start to affect your body. It's not going to feel good afterwards. Anybody putting that in to your body, you would see afterwards. You're not going to feel really good. Now, there's certain things that you can eat that you're going to feel good, and then you fall asleep. You feel really good, and then you'll fall asleep. That will happen too. All right. So, galactic awakening torture, and then AI dream state. So I'm going to talk about this right now, from the time that I have awakened. All right. So coming online, as a galactic galactic guardian, high commander, galactic guardian. Um, so that was something that was agreed, right? It's just another agreement that came in. Right now, I am accessing more of states of consciousness, of God consciousness, and God consciousness, the full embodiment of God. And that really is what I've been accessing. That is what I access coming in here as a star being, as a star seed. Star seed, star being. That's actually what I was coming in. Already had the system, and it is the system, the plates. I did have the plates fully intact, like fully online. Really did. So that is a system that is running, and that really is just accessing what you call is the God self. Having the full plates running. Yes, there are different systems, different plate systems. Having those full plates running, of what we call the God consciousness, the higher self as God consciousness. And having that system that is fully running, right? Fully online. Um, During the experience of 13 years ago, and just being able to start to awaken to the galactic guardian higher self, the galactic awakening is just torture with the AI dream state. It's all artificial. Everything's artificial. And I have expressed this before that this is the experiment. Those of you, you would know it right away when you start to fully come, when you start to fully come online, right? You would know right away that everything is AI'd. Everything's artificial intelligence and mind control systems that are experiments by galactic organizations. You would know right away. Everything, all of our dreams are completely corrupted. So you'd be clearing corruption corruption codes. I call them corruption codes, corruption templates. So everything, it's hooked up through the brain. It is. It's hooked up to our brain in different parts of our bodies. You would know when you're going to sleep if you have a system or a mind control system or an AI system that is running. And I've talked about this before. You would know exactly how it's hooked up. When you wake up, when you know the astral plane is not real, and I'm just telling you guys, please do not get upset. I am telling you, you would know every experiment. When you are a galactic high commander fully online, when you are what you call the God self fully online, you would know this. You would know everything that you're accessing. When you're a galactic guardian, planetary guardian, and when you are the higher self accessing that template. So that is a Christic system. And we actually know that's a Christic system that we decided to take on. And we're still taking it on no matter what. That's our agreements. And it is. So we call it the Christic systems. We have all different systems of creation by the most beautiful beings on the planet, which are the humans and species here. Who we created it. So, anyways, moving on. We're going to sit here and just wanted you to see how powerful it has been, right? So those are, we call it the co-creations of the beings here, which are us. Now, when you start to access the Christic systems and start to really go over everything, and you start to really view everything, you would know, when I do say torture, it is actual torture than what they do to us, and it is. It's hooked up to the body. It really is. It's hooked up through the pineal gland. It's hooked up through the system, through the head, and it is. That is all of our dream states from the time we came in here are AI organization and experiment system that is harvesting off of us. And it really is. They are just mind controlling us. We don't have any pure consciousness of the dream state at all. The astral plane is AI. If you are a high commander and a guardian, you would know that's an AI system you're working on. You would already know what you're doing right away from the time that you are coming online as a galactic guardian. Now, when you start to access that, what you call is consciousness or a thought pattern, when you start to access that thought pattern, you will start to have interference. You are going to have interference. You will be tortured, and you will. Now, you will be tortured by galactic commander groups. Yes, you will. You will start to be tortured by all of them. They're all going to come after you. They come on like programmed. They do. They will all come on, and they do come on, and they'll start to come on right in front of you. Not to scare you guys. Yes, it will. You'll be every galactic community. It's a turn on. It is like soldiers. It will. The whole system will turn on in front of you, and it will. When you start to access that thought pattern that you actually know the dimensions are not real in the dream state, the astral plane is not real in the dream state. When you actually know what you are working on, exactly what you're working on. What are you doing? What are you assisting? Yes, there's all different types of ways that system will start to turn on you, and it will. You'll have different galactic organizations, all different types of interference. From the time you start to access what you call is consciousness or the thought pattern, or when the higher self or the God self really starts to start doing some really cool shit. It can become really interesting, right? So once you start to access that, now during my experience, I was just tortured the whole time. Somehow I was put into a hold system and my head was burning and they reset me and they burned my body. And they were doing that for 13 years. Now that's an actual galactic organization that is here on the planet. Those are their program soldiers. And it is. I call them the program soldiers of the experiment itself. And it really is. So that was my experience. I was ran so many times that my head and the top of my head is burnt. There's different parts of my body where they reset me, they burn me, and they run me. They walk me back and forth, even when I was pregnant with my own daughter. So they don't care about us. And it is an actual galactic organization that is here on this planet. So they do. They'll lock you in a hold system. They will. They will reset you, they'll burn you, and they'll run you. They'll run you beyond what you can imagine. They'll run you in the waking state and they'll run you in the dream state. Now that can actually happen to you, and it can. Now the dream state, once you start to know from the time any age, you start to know this. Once you start to access it as what I call the God consciousness and the pure being is what of what we are, right? It's like hacking. almost like you're going into a computer, and then everything starts to turn on. The bugs, all the bugs start to turn on. All those bugs, that virus just starts going and it just turn on, and you're a program galactic soldiers coming after you. This is why you know that. And you will. It's a virus. It's like accessing a database with a virus. And a really dark one, right? That can happen to you. Once you start to know the dimensions aren't real in the dream state, it's a programmed computer. It's hooked up to the head. And it really is. You should know it's hooked up to your brain when you're sleeping. It's very similar to the Matrix, right? But that's just another bug. That's another virus. That's another mind control system. You would be able to see every single mind control system that is running here. Okay. I have been burnt, resetted, dropped to my knees beyond what you guys could even imagine. I have been tortured beyond what you could even imagine by the virus itself. They can turn on physical bodies, and they can. So I want you to know any of the dark groups within the Galactic Awakening, all of that mind control shit of dark groups, and I've heard about what do they call them? The Illuminati soldiers. The dark groups. That's a virus. It's not real. Not real at all. They're not real at all. They're star seed races. They're galactic races. And they are. They're children on this planet. And they are. Once you know it. Those are different races of us. And they are. So that's the war, right? That's a big one. You can feel how that just blew open a lot of shit, right? I'm gonna have a lot of the program soldiers coming after me. Freemasons, virus, not real. It's not real. Not real. Another creation, consciousness. Dark groups, right? All right, guess what? What I want you to do is to see that it's just a virus. It's a co creation of intelligence. It's not real. They're different races, crystal races, dimensional beings. And they are. They're different galactic beings. They're souls. And they are. They're different beings. Now, there are beings out there. And there really are. They're beings. There are different beings. And we're the actual star beings. Right? All right. Now, what I want you to see is that dark groups are not real. It's the ones that call them light that mind control people, and they are what we call the soldiers. And they are. Now, those are the programmed ones that are programmed not to be able to see what they are creating and what they are putting and projecting into the consciousness of other people, right? Or beings, species, and the multiverse, and what they're actually co creating. So, just want you guys to know that that's been coming up. They're not real. The dark groups are not real, and it is not. So that's something really big that we've been working on. So that's just a virus in the system itself. I want you to know that. I've went over this. I went over all different types of systems that I have sat here. I have sat here like this and went into anything and everything. Different AI systems, dark groups, grays. My God. That's not real either. No, nothing is real, and it really isn't. Now, the gray beings are real, right? They are, but that's a virus running. So anything that is a creation of separation or duality, that's the virus. That's the bug that's running. It's like turning on a dirty computer base. That's gonna jump up and it's gonna you'll have interference. You will. You definitely will. So going into that, you would know what the AI systems and AI dream states that are running. The dimensions, right? Okay, so then I'm going to go back into what we call the galactic waking corruption and experiments of us. So galactic humans. I'm going to go into stimulations and into stimulations in the waking state and the dream state. Now, what happened to me during my awakening, my experience, right, is that because I knew I knew the whole system already. So the stimulations in the dream state and the fighting, the dimensional fighting, the stimulations, the training, what you call is like galactic commander training. I know that that's an AI system, an experiment system, and I know that's corrupted. That's not real. I'm going to call it an AI system, right? So it's an artificial intelligence system that is right. I would already know it right away. And I knew this already. So they ran me so many times. I was being ran, held in a held system, resetted, burnt my body, dropped to my knees. Is that's crazy, right? And I'm not kidding. And it's not you would think it's what they call is you would think you're being attacked by like military, right? On this planet, you're not at all. That's another virus running. Projects, galactic projects, another virus running. It is. All the experimental, anything, everything created by the human intelligence, by the galactic humans. It's another virus that's running. It's not real. It's not real at all. Once you turn on that system, it really can torture the shit out of you, and it can. So the stimulations that you guys will be going through, you guys should know right away what is an AI dream state. Those of you that are galactic commanders, guardians in a galactic community, you guys should know what are the AI systems you guys are working on. Should already know that's a system in itself that is corrupted when you're going through stimulations and galactic stimulations. Now, what you're going to have to do is that you're going to have to create what I call is a thought pattern. You're going to have to communicate to your higher self, which is the avatar being the God conscious being, the galactic commander higher self that would actually know this. You're going to have to hold on to your pants for the rest of your life, and you will. You're going to have to make sure you stay alive, and you will have to. You're going to have to make sure your kids stay alive. You have to make sure of that. Yeah, you will. Your family, too. Anybody you love, you have to make sure they stay alive. I want you guys to know it. I'm not trying to put fear into the consciousness. I'm trying to make everybody laugh. Hopefully, you guys can feel my joke behind it. You won't do that at all because it's just another virus that's running. Unless you actually are having what we call as interference by physical human bodies. Yes, and you can. So yes, that's a little bit different. The one that is the galactic commander, the galactic guardian, whatever it wants to call itself, knows how to keep you alive. Does know how to keep you alive, even if different parts of your body are burning. and you're being dropped to your knees and resetted every day and being held in a hold system. It will know how to keep you alive, the higher being itself. So this can happen to you, but you should have fun with your avatar. Your avatar will have you laughing over and over again. All right, so that is what we wanted to share today is about different systems that are running right now. You should be able to see this different AI systems. You should see everything in the dream state. Those of you that are having vivid dreams, something else I saw, those of you that are having dreams about celebrities, that's an AI system that is running. That's not real. You should know there's something plugged into your field gun. You should know that you guys have something hooked up to your brains. You guys should know that. It's not real. It's not. Unless you guys learn how to program your own dream states. If you guys learn how to program things and program your own dream states, working on a false system or an AI system that you know is hooked up to your head, your brain, you guys should know this too. You guys have dreams like this. What you have to do is get the thought pattern running. You have to work with your higher self, your avatar, to be able to turn that off and to turn that whole system off. That way you're able to sit here and to access it. To access, it's still going to be AI. You have to understand it. It's going to be corrupted. So I can already hear the next questions by my beautiful family and my community that listens to me. You'll want to know how. It's not going to be the purest, and it won't. You'll be able to access that at a certain point where it will become pure. It's probably what is just left that we're able to access here. So that would be, I'm going to say, Galactic Organization. That's the experimental system that we're working on. It is an experimental system that is working. And that's what we're working on. You want to create a thought pattern. It could be of light and to work with your avatar higher self in order to either unplug it or remove the mind control systems that are running from your physical body and how it is actually running. You would be able to know that right away. I've accessed the dream state. I've been ran on all different types of systems for a very long time, and I have all different types of dream states that I've been accessing since I was born, and they're all artificial intelligent. It's just an experiment that is running, and I will call it the Galactic Organization experiment, and it is, and that's truly what it is. And it's just an organization, a corruption system. It really is like going in and accessing uh, a virus or bugs within a massive system. And that's what you would be accessing. Now, what you can do, um, you would be able to know that the dimensions are not real. You should know those dimensions are not real. That's an AI system you're working on. You would know that. You would be able to see the astral plane. The astral plane's not real at all. That's another AI system that's running. You know that. I knew that right away when they started running me and I'm being eaten and attacked and fought and beaten up and astral projection that is not real. It's plugged into the head. It is. You would know it's plugged into my brain. It's plugged into a system. It's plugged into different places, and I actually know that too. But it is. It's plugged into different places. It really is. It's a full system. It's plugged into different parts of the body. Think of it like the matrix, but it's really not. You would know that it is going into the consciousness of your brain. You would know that. You would know that. It is actually going into the consciousness of the brain. You would know that right away. When you have vampires sitting there attacking you and biting you, and when you're astral projection, you know that's not real. It's a fake astro system. It's not real at all. You know that. When you're being fought, chased, when you're killing people, it's not real. That's an AI system that is running. And it is. The astral plane. We have entities. It is. And any type of entities or attachments attacking you, then you're plugged into a mind control system that is an experiment. You would know that right away. The what else is the other thing they call it? What else they call it? What else they call it to the pineal gland? It's plugged into the brain. I do actually want to help people on this planet. There's like millions of you guys that are awakening, and it's not real. It's plugged into your brain. It really is. Plugged in your head. With what is it again? Astro travel, right? Astro, ast, astral travel. All right. So it's plugged into the brain. It's not real. It's another AI system. You're being ran so much on an AI system and a stimulus. You should know, as a Galactic High Commander and a Guardian, that's a system that you're working on, and you're working on it. That's what you're doing. You would know that, and then you got to learn how to get off of you. You have to get it off of you. You got to get that full system and that mind control system off of you. That's not real either. It's not. It looks like a computer. It really does. It looks like a computer system. You would know it. Just it looks like like a computer, right? Anybody would know that. So astro travel, astro projection, getting out of the body. You have to know what system it is. This is for the ones that are awakening. I call it the galactic awakening. You would know your body's not coming out of the body. Nothing's coming out of your body at all. You would know it's just an AI system or some type of computer system you're hooked up to. It's hooked up to your brain. It's a mind control system. It's just another experiment and what they call is the conscious awakening. It is. So they call it the awakening of the planet. It's not real. If you're a galactic high commander, you should know it's not real at all. You have to access light. Definitely work with your avatar. Now, when I access the Christic systems and when I actually fully went into database. That's like going into a database. It has its own intelligence that's running. It has its own distortions, and it does. It has its what they call is its torture, right? It has a lot of matrix virus. I call it bugs, and it will. But you can go into that for a while. That one's easy. That one's really pure to me. I actually enjoy being in that system, in that database. But you would know exactly what you're going in on and what you're looking at. You would, right? That could be tortured so bad. Those beings are real. They'll help you if you work with them. They will. They'll help you. They'll assist you. They'll show you everything, and they will. They'll show you all of those systems, all of those AI systems, all of the astral planes, everything, anything. They'll help you. They will. Those um, I call them the Christic beings or the Azurites, the yours, priests of yours. Now, anybody, now what I would have to do is that I would have to sit here and I would have to go into that. That's just another experiment that's running. That's just another experiment that's running. You would know that. So then I would say that that's another AI system that's running. It's just a part of the virus itself. They're like going into a database, and I would know that too. And you have to do it. It's like moving and expanding your consciousness, and expanding your consciousness as much as you possibly can in order to see everything in all different types of ways. So that's how we created it so far, and how we're able to create it and to be able to see it. How we're going to be able to see through a collective view and to be able to access it. All right. All right. Attachments, entities coming after you. Not real. Right? That's a stimulus. That's an experiment. That's a galactic experiment. That's just another AI system that's running. It's not real. Okay? When you have like beings coming after you in dream state, it's not real. That's an AI system. It's not real. I would just wake up and say, yeah, right. Not real at all. When you have people accessing your brain, I was ran so much by a galactic group that has physical bodies here on the planet from the time my child was born. And they run me on a system with screens and what they call is face masks. They call it face masks, and they burnt my body from the time I was pregnant with my little girl and ran me. Yes, they can do that. They have physical bodies here on the planet. They actually do. It just ran me and ran me and ran me. They even know how to program the dream state. Isn't that crazy? Watch out for those guys. All right, going back. So when you have ones that are talking above your head, all right? So on the left side of your body, and you have ones that are talking on the right side of your head, that's an AI system that's hooked up to your brain. It's hooked up to your brain. It's not real. You should know it right away. You should know that's another mind control system. That's another experiment. It's another galactic organization experiment. It's not real. When they're sitting here doing tests to your head, and they are about demons talking to you, different dimensions. I keep hearing about Draconians more than anything I've ever seen. Those are a race and they're beings. These are beings. You're just being ran through a mind control system by an experiment here on the planet. You should already know that. You should know it right away. and you should. When you sit here and they're talking to you and doing tests through the sides of your brain, that's what happened to me. I realized it was an actual galactic group here that has a physical body. I call them the Galactic Soldiers. I do. I call them Galactic Soldiers. I have my own fun names for them until I turn their virus off. Yes. Now you'll be ran on different sides of the brain. That's actually what I went through, and what we call is tests over and over again. Some crazy tests during the day. Um, being ran and then sat in chairs and hold systems, and then and then right once I started to really come online even more, they started dropping me to my knees over and over again and burying my body and resetting me. That's crazy, right? That to me is definitely crazy. Just sharing my experience. That was my actual experience. It's not going to be everybody's experience, but you should know right away. And I already knew that while I was sitting there